Hey there, I'm Joe LoRusso, Director of Aviation here at Ramos Law, and I'm going to be looking at popular movies with aviation scenes in them and deciding how realistic are they and generally reacting to them. In addition to being an aviation lawyer and Director of Aviation here at Ramos Law, I'm also a ATP-rated pilot, been flying for over 2 decades, so I'm looking forward to seeing these videos.
Over 40 years in the air, but in the end, I'm going to be judged on 208 seconds. I need a count, passengers and crew.
Is anyone still here?
So this is Sully, obviously based off of Sully Sullenberger and the famous landing in the Hudson event, where he departed off of LaGuardia, took geese, I believe, a flock of geese, down the airplane through both engines, and he had a double flame out on an aircraft with 2 engines, no options. He's essentially a large glider. Do you turn back to LaGuardia? Do you land in the Hudson? He put it down in the Hudson, very successful.
Left traffic to runway 4.
I don't think we can make any runway. What about over to our right? Anything in New Jersey, maybe Teterboro?
So at this point in time, he's already smoked the engines on birds. I've not seen this movie. But obviously a big case in our world in aviation law. So very familiar with the case. So it looks like he's gliding right now and he's communicating back with LaGuardia about turning and landing on an available runway. And he's telling them, not gonna happen.
Okay, yeah, off your right side is Teterboro Airport. LaGuardia departure, got emergency inbound.
This is Teterboro Tower, go ahead.
Cactus 1549 over the GW Bridge. Needs to go to the airport right now.
Check, does he need assistance?
Yes, bird strike. Can I get him in for runway 1? Cactus 1549, you want to try and go to Teterboro?
Obstacle.
That's a terrain warning system popping up. So the airplane is sensing things that it could hit right now and letting the crew know. Realistic.
Pull up.
Clear of conflict.
No reload after 30 seconds. Engine master 1 and 2 confirm off.
Off.
Wait 30 seconds.
Too low. Terrain.
So right now you're hearing the TOS going off in the background, the terrain warning system going off, calling them the horn, the boop, boop. That's a very realistic horn with the instructions given. So the horn gets your attention, the instructions follow, right? Pull up, too low, pull up. What we see here is a good demonstration of crew resource management, pretty typical of any crewed airplane, where you have the pilot, the left seat, flying the airplane. The right seater's running the checklist, and he's doing all the actions in the checklist and verbally announcing what segment of the checklist he's running right now. Very realistic.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
500.
Cactus 1549, turn right 280. You can land runway 1 Teterboro.
We can't make it.
Okay, which runway would you like at Teterboro?
Go ahead, try number 1.
Number 1. No relight.
What he's trying to do right now is relight the engines that got smoked with the birds. Why wouldn't you? See if you can get back any thrust. Even if there's a risk of further damaging, there's always a consideration when you have a bird come through an engine. Sometimes you have to shut it down for precautionary reasons, so you're not sure what that bird damaged. But he was no engines. The thought there is, if I got engines, I'm gonna try them, right? See if I can get them started, even if it damages them.
We're going to end up in the Hudson.
Too low. Terrain.
I'm sorry, say again, Cactus?
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
People are wondering what that stick was. It's not a center stick like you would see on a fighter. It's a side stick. This is an Airbus. It's a French-made airplane with the stick on the side.
All right, let's put the flaps out. Put the flaps out.
Flaps out.
Cactus 1549, radar contact lost. You also got Newark off you at 2 o'clock in about 7 miles.
Got flaps out. 250 feet in the air.
Pull up.
170 knots. Got no power in either one. Try the other one.
Try the other one.
49?
Terrain.
Still out?
150 knots.
Terrain.
Got flaps 2. You want more?
No, let's do it.
You got runway 29 available at Newark. It'll be 2 o'clock at 7 miles.
You got any ideas?
Caution.
Actually, no.
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
So you can hear the TAWS system going off the entire time because it's obviously not sensing a runway. It's an off-field landing. Really good demonstration of CRM of the pilot monitoring or the co-pilot calling out, hey, these are your speeds, these are your flaps, what do you want, what do you need? Good CRM back from Tom Hanks saying, what do you got, man? Do you got any ideas? Otherwise, we're just going with idea one. Very realistic.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
We're going to brace.
Pull up.
30.
Pull up.
20.
Pull up.
Now, if you'll turn to page 7, we can look at aviation.
Pull up.
Brace! Brace! Heads down! Stay down!
It's okay. Let me
Down! Stay down!
Benim mesleğim. Christine'in
We're not gonna make it, Uncle Robbie.
Brace! Brace! Mom. Heads down! Stay down!
Stars.
Brace! Brace!
And all the way back.
Heads down! Stay down!
What do we do, darling?
Never seen this movie, but I can tell you this case is pretty significant in our field, purely for the heat that he caught of why he didn't turn to Teterboro, why he didn't turn back to LaGuardia. Pretty significant case in our world. They went after him for it. The NTSB put a bunch of people in simulators trying to show that he could have made the turn. Why a pilot would ever get the level of scrutiny that he got for doing what he did is beyond me, is beyond anybody in this industry. 10 out of 10 on the movie, 10 out of 10 on the realism. Fantastic.